Hello, adventurers. I was thinking for a very fun video, why not go back through the early 2000 TV shows? Because in my opinion, I feel like TV nowadays, like for cartoons, just aren't as good. I have the ranking right here and I have a bunch of TV shows. And let me know in the comments down below. Here we go. Let's get into this. So my first one is Avatar. I feel this show is a solid S tier. The story's perfect. The character development is perfect. The overall arching of this show is a solid show. And honestly, they don't make TV like this anymore. I don't think there's a show, at least from my knowledge, that could compete nowadays comparable to Avatar TV show. I honestly feel like if you go back and watch it nowadays, it still holds up today. Next one is Justice League. Now, I did watch a lot of Justice League. I probably watched way too much of this. I don't know if this was the version that I did watch though, because I know there was this version and then I think there was another version. From my knowledge, I think the other version is the one I'm thinking of. I say this is a solid B tier. I just feel like a solid B for the Justice League is a good place for Justice League. Zeta, I don't really remember it much. I think I've seen a couple episodes of it. I think I'm gonna just put it in C here for now. If you guys can, let me know in the comments, if it is a show that I need to watch. Next show is Static Shock. Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. Static Shock is an underrated TV show. This show right here is a solid DC TV show. I got to throw an S tier. I love this TV show. I wish they would do more with the character, though. Next one is Batman. This show, honestly, I did watch a little bit as a kid. I do remember bits and pieces of it. Recently, I did rewatch it. And I feel like this Batman TV show is a very, very, very underrated Batman TV show. I don't know if I want to put an S or A. The story is really good. I feel like the way they did Batman in this is pretty good as well. Like, I feel like you don't get a Batman done this way. And I just feel like the guy that played Batman did a really good job. I'm going to say this one's an S tier because the next Batman, I've never actually physically watched all of this Batman. I'm going to put it in B tier just because of the fact that I don't want to put it in never seen. I don't want to put it in C tier for the aspect of I've seen a couple episodes of it, but I feel like it's, from my knowledge, I feel like it's at least a solid B tier. If I probably seen more episodes, I'd probably be able to give a full on like, oh yeah, this is a great, A or S, or, it's bad. But I think a solid B tier is pretty solid for that one. Teen Titans, automatic S. Automatic S. If you have not seen this TV show or the movies related to this, stop what you're doing right now and go watch it. I think Teen Titans is a solid TV show. I feel like the early 2000s had great character development. Next one is Spider-Man, and not a lot of you guys might know this, but this was a MTV Spider-Man show. I only have watched probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 episodes of the TV show. It's a very weird Spider-Man. It's not S tier good. I think that one goes to the 90s Spider-Man. That Spider-Man just hands down was way better. It almost seems like you took acid and then sat down and watched Spider-Man. Like, it's really weird. I'm going to put this in A for now. I feel like it might be moved down to B, but I think that's solid for now as A tier. Next one is Spider-Man. I'll say that's a solid A. I think that's a solid A. The Fantastic Four, I remember bits and pieces of it. I'm going to throw this in C tier just because I don't remember as much to it. Iron Man, I did see this one quite a bit. I'm going to keep it in C tier. It wasn't a show that kind of locked me in. I did see some episodes, but it wasn't a show that I was like, I have to watch this. Delta Squad, never watch it, but it looks bad. Any show that kind of like had this look to it, I don't know. I just did not care for it. So I could put it in never seen because I never really cared to seen it, but I did watch like 1 or 2 episodes. 2003's Ninja Turtles, honestly, I almost want to throw it in S tier just because this show slapped back in the day. I freaking love this show. The music in this show, oh, solid. I honestly don't think it's better than Avatar and Teen Titans though. I think it's one of the best turtle TV shows out there. X-Men. This one I do remember quite a bit, and I did like the X-Men series, so A tier. It did have a weird art style, but I kind of dig the art style. It wasn't like a lot of art styles you did see. Wolverine and the X-Men, I never really watched this one. The only other thing is I might throw that in B tier just because I don't remember it too much. I remember this one, I think, more than this one, so I think that's pretty solid. I like that one. This is Ginger. My brother and sister did watch it a lot. I didn't watch it as much. It wasn't one of those shows that, I cared for. I would say C tier. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I haven't really watched it in a while, but it wasn't a show that was like, oh, Ginger's on, let me watch it. It was just one of those shows that it came on and we would watch it from time to time. Braceface, didn't really care for this TV show. Honestly, I would almost give it a D tier. I just didn't really care for it. That's all I'm going to say, really. Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. I will say a very, 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 very weird show. Obviously a B. I wouldn't say it's C because it was unique. It was different. So I'd give that one a solid B. I don't know what this one is. Don't care. Camp Lazlo. I love this show. I think it's an underrated show. I'm going to put Camp right there. I might put it to A because I did like the show. It was a show that I actually did watch a lot. Casper's Scared School, never really seen it, I'll be honest. Cat Scratch, decent show. I do remember it quite a bit. I would say solid C tier. Clifford the Big Red Dog, solid TV show. I did watch this quite a bit, but I gotta give it an A, I think. I did watch a lot of Clifford the Big Red Dog. I hated this show, honestly. I would give it a D, I think. It's fine. It just was not something that I was like super in. Dora the Explorer, total S tier. Throw Dora in S tier. No, I'm just kidding. I would say it's an F tier. I mean, yes, you're learning Spanish. I give it a D tier. You're learning from it. It's just, I hate that every episode. I mean, I get every episode's different, but it's the same premise over and 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 over again. I would say Dora would be like a D to C tier. Diego would be like a B to A tier. I like Diego a lot more, even though it's the same thing. Fanboy and Chump Chump. Here's what we're gonna do. Camp Lazlo is gonna move up to A tier. I'm going to put Fanboy and Chump Chump on B tier because I feel like it's on the same brand as Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. It's a weird and wacky, very weird and wacky show, but it's really fun. So I have no clue what this is. I'm going to put never seen that. That show does not look familiar. Garfield, I never really been a huge fan of any of the Garfield shows. The movies were fine. I'm going to put in D. I never was really big in the Garfield TV show. I watched it, but over some of these other ones, I rather watch some of these other ones than Garfield. Next one, we got House of Mickey. Now, this was, I watched the hell out of this show. I would say, I don't know. I'm going to put it in B for right now. I think it might be A tier, honestly. I did watch a ton of it. Johnny Test, I would say A tier. I didn't watch it like a ton, to put it in S tier. It is a very, very good show. This one, I would probably put in S tier just because it's a good show. But I don't know. I feel like we'll put in S tier for now. I feel like it's a pretty solid show. It's fun. Crypto, I actually did like Crypto. I would say a solid B. Not much to it. It's a fun little show. This show, probably a solid C. Learning a lot of history, jumping through time and all that. Max and Ruby, it wasn't a show for me. I would say D tier. Mucho Lucho. This is such an underrated TV show. This is a show I honestly wish they would do more stuff to right now. This is a good show. I give that an honorary S tier. Some of you guys might be like, it was pretty bad, Brady. It was like a C or B or C tier. I love this show. I freaking love this show. It was weird, wacky, hands down S tier. I don't care. It's not as bad. It's not as good as some of these other ones down here, but it's a solid. My gym partner's Monkey. I think it's a solid A. I love it. The theme song is so good. My gym partner's a monkey, 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 monkey. Osmosis Jones. I didn't watch the TV show as much as I watched the movie. I would say a solid A tier, maybe S tier. I did see a little bit of this. Honestly, did not care too much about it. I would maybe say mediocre. I've never seen this show. Never seen the Speed Racers show. I did see a little bit of Stanley, a show I cared for, if I'm being honest. Ooh, okay, this show right here. This show is so underrated. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. It's an A tier. Emperor's New Groove, solid TV show. I would say probably A tier. I love that TV show. Tarzan, solid B tier. Nothing much to it. I feel like the movies are better than this, but it has a solid premise of the TV show. So this show, not bad. It was fun, wacky. I would say probably C tier. Robot John, don't remember that show at all. So I'm already seeing some shows I've never seen. Winx Club, we're just gonna leave that there. We're just gonna leave that there. Young Ying and Go, however you say it. I would say solid B tier. Oh, Ben 10. Such a good show. I hate the fact that Ben 10 has been remade so many times and they've changed the art style and they've done so much to it and it's just been so bad. I don't know how they did it, but Alien Force was even better than Ben 10. Like, I would almost put Ben 10 on A tier and Ben 10 Alien Force on S tier. But Ben 10, these two shows together, they should have honestly stopped after these two. I feel like what makes an S tier show is a show that makes you want to act out the show. I literally drew aliens, and I actually bought the original Omnitrix. And I would act like, I would put it on and I would act like those aliens. Any show that you're acting out, I feel like it has to obviously go in S tier. Oh my God, Chowder. Oh, love that show. S tier. Don't care what you guys say. Rod Roddle. Codename Kids Next Door. Ooh, where do I put that though? I have to give that an S tier because funny is this show actually made me want to build a clubhouse. And my dad never let us build a clubhouse. It's one of those shows that I'm like, oh my God, this show would be a show that I would love a live action movie for. Danny Phantom, automatic S tier. No show has made anything like this. This is almost like one of those shows that I feel like Nickelodeon had under their belt that was good. Nickelodeon didn't have a lot of good shows, I'll be honest. El Tigre, I feel like just because I have Mucho Lucho up here, I feel like El Tigre has to be down here. Mighty B, hated this show, honestly. I could not stand this show. I would say a solid D tier. Barnyard, same thing, could not stand it. I heard a lot of people liked it. Wasn't for me. Duck Dodgers, I did like that. I would say C just because I feel like some of these shows and E tier are better than Duck Dodgers. Foster's Home Imaginary Friends, automatic S tier. I would say this is probably better than Kids Next Door. I'm sad that they haven't done more shows like this. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the early 2000s, Jackie Chan Adventures, why are you going to put that in S tier and you're going to put freaking Invader Zim over that? You're going to put freaking Osmosis Jones, Camp Laszlo over like under freaking Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan Adventures was such a good show. This show was one of my favorites growing up. It is probably, out of all these shows, it is probably in my top 10. Pack, I did see this show. I would say probably B. I didn't care for it, honestly. Jimmy Neutron, I would say solid A tier. It's a pretty good show. I would say almost S tier. It is up there with like Danny Phantom and stuff, but I honestly would rather watch Danny Phantom than Jimmy Neutron. Fairly Odd Parents, solid show. I love this show. A tier. I would almost put it S tier. I would almost. Kim Possible, solid TV show. I would say S tier. S tier. I know you guys are going to be like, Brady, your tier list is so dumb. Why is Kim Possible up here? Because there is no Disney show that has comparable up to this point. If you guys have looked at all of the S tier, it is either Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. And if you guys have really noticed, it is all Cartoon Network. Okay, this show, underrated show. Underrated show, but they didn't really do much with it, so it has to go B tier. Phineas and Ferb, I would almost put it in S, but it's just the same thing. Like, all the characters are all the same. I kind of like, to me, I like it when the show kind of like does a lot of different stuff. Like, the whole premise of Phineas and Ferb is they basically all summer build different contraptions. Candace basically tries to tell their mom, and then something happens where the contraption's gone by the time the mom gets home. Frick it. We're putting in S. We're putting in an S. Yeah. Frick. We're putting Samurai Jack in S tier. Billy and Mandy, solid show. Want to put in S tier, A tier. I love this show. I think it's a really good show. I watch this. This is probably one of my most viewed. Like, I think I watch this more than I would watch Chowder. Proud Family. Okay. It's okay. I would say probably, let's say A tier. It's all right. What's New Scooby-Doo? Hands down, any of the Scooby-Doo TV shows, solid A or solid S. What's New Scooby-Doo? That theme song to that TV show, so freaking good. It automatic S tier, just because that automatic S tier. So this is a little bit of a bias. Challenge Showdown, first place S tier, and that's hard for me. That is hard for me to choose that. This show is so freaking good. It's basically on the same level as Avatar. It is such a good show. It is probably one of my favorite cartoons to ever come out. I would say these two are between my top two, but my top one. But this one I have to put in one. Like, I would say this would be 1, 2, probably 3. Yeah, probably 3, 4, 5. Hot take. Not a big fan of American Dad. I'd rather watch Family Guy. I think Family Guy is better. Archer. It's a fine show. I think it's a B tier. Maybe A tier. I didn't delve too much in it. Never seen it. Never seen it. I just saw it, but don't remember it. Robot Chicken. I would say Robot Chicken. I would say B tier. It was a show I watched, but I didn't really watch it unless I was at my friend's house. Never seen this show. Never seen this show. Never seen this show. Didn't care for that show, really. Never seen that show. Never seen that show. Never seen that show. Man, I've seen none of these shows. 16, I did see that one, and I would say that's a solid, probably B tier. Never seen Action Man. Never. Did I see that? No, I've never seen that. American Dragon Jake Long, perfect show. I would say solid A tier. Ooh, Baby Looney Tunes, freaking love this show. I would say it's a solid B tier. Maybe A tier because it's Looney Tunes but baby format. It's fun. Shock Zone. Oh, I love this. This is a show that I hear no one talk about, but it's on Mac S tier. I love this show. It is such a unique premise where they have this magical chalk where they can basically draw anything. Horioco! I love this show as well. It's a very, very unique design TV show. S tier. Evo Con, I remember a little bit of this show. Don't remember too much of it. It's one of those shows that were kind of just in the background. C tier. Flapjack, I would say, is a pretty solid show. I'd say probably an A tier. Never seen that show. Never seen that show. Lilo and Stitch, S tier. Just kidding, it's A. It's a good show. I love it actually. I did see a lot of it. I saw a couple episodes of that, not too much. This show, the Looney, it's like a Looney Tunes, but it's like, what do you want to call it? More mature, I guess. More edgy. I would say that's B tier. I watched it, but not too much. There's some moments where it kind of is a little bit dull. Like, those dull moments, I would say C tier, but I think it's a little bit better than mediocre. Don't think I've ever seen Max Steel. Teenage Robot, solid show. Probably A tier. I never seen that show. Never seen that show. Never seen that show. Mummy, C tier, probably A. Maybe B tier. I think I'd rather watch that over... Actually, no, I would probably watch this over Mummy, I think. I'd put that in that. Penguins of Madagascar, it's a fine show. Nothing... The Replacements... Really good show. I would say that's probably... I would say B tier. I would almost put A tier, but it's a show that I kind of wish they did more with it. Like, the mom's a spy. The dad's like a, well, I was going to say a dangerous man. He's, what do you want to call those things that do stunt, like a stunt double or stunt dude? It's almost, I would say it's almost, it's like if you like Teenage Robot, My Teenage Robot, you'll like The Replacements. It's a pretty solid show. I'd say probably A. Dax's, I remember that show a little bit, but not too much. Don't remember that show. Don't remember that show. Don't remember that show. This show's all right. George of the Jungle, it's fine. Nothing crazy. C tier. Nothing. Nope. Totally Spies, pretty good show. Pretty good show. I would say it's probably a B tier. Mediocre. I definitely, and here's the thing. I don't think I like Totally Spies. This was another show that's pretty girly that I watch a ton of. I would probably watch Wix over Totally Spies though, if I'm being honest. Like, there's some good... I love this show. This show was pretty good. This was probably the only other girly show that I watched as a kid, but not too much. This show's fine. I did see a couple episodes of it. Nothing spectacular. I would say C tier just because I don't remember it too much. And then Total Drama Island. I'm going to put... So, you guys are probably going to hate me on this. I'm going to put this top of B tier. Maybe it could be an A tier. I never saw it. I never seen it before, but I did hear a lot of good things about it, and I did actually intend to watch it, but I just never got around to do it. Like, I know it's better than even like I know it's better than Camp Laszlo and some of these other shows I put up here, but until I watch it, I can't really put it up higher just because it'd be kind of contradicting to be like, oh, this show is, S tier, A tier when, I just never seen it. So I can't really be too judgmental on it if I liked it or whatnot. So these are my list of 2000 shows that I like and that I think that are perfect. Now, here's the thing. If this was Transformers Prime, which I think came out in the 2010s, that would go in the S tier. I actually love that show. That was a perfect show. These are my shows. This is my list. Let me know in the comments down below whether you guys think I am absolutely wrong and that there's a show that I think needs to be up higher. Let me know in the comments down below if there's a show that you guys think needs to be ranked higher, and maybe give me a good reason why it should. Or if there's one that you disagree, like if you think Shaolin Showdown should be in C tier, let me know. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It would be wonderful to have you a part of the venture. Also, here's some other videos you guys can check out.